The Gibb brothers, Barry, Robin, and Maurice, began their journey from a tough childhood to international fame. Music served as the common thread that united them through challenges, successes, and tragedies, shaping both their careers and the music industry itself. Today, we'll explore the fascinating history of the Bee Gees and uncover the many layers of a story that spans generations and continents, captivating hearts and minds with their unmatched harmonies and timeless talent. Our journey begins on the peaceful Isle of Man, off the coast of England, where three future legends were born. On September 1st, 1946, Barry Gibb was born, followed by the twins Robin and Maurice on December 22, 1949. The Gibb family was destined to create one of the most influential bands in history. After the turbulent years of World War II, the Gibbs decided to move to Manchester, England, in search of new opportunities. The city's declining industrial landscape became the setting where the brothers' musical talents first emerged. From a young age, each Gibb child demonstrated unique traits. Robin, one of the twins, was curious and mischievous, often drawing the attention of local authorities for incidents like setting fires. His frequent run-ins with the police led officials to suggest that the family consider emigrating. In August 1958, the Gibb parents and their children set out on a new adventure, leaving their homeland to begin a new life in Australia. The three brothers, along with their older sister Leslie and younger brother Andy, started a new life in Redcliffe, Queensland, near Brisbane. This move marked the beginning of their true musical journey. In Australia, the brothers quickly immersed themselves in the local music scene, showcasing their natural harmonies and deep passion for performing. At first, they sang to earn money, seizing every chance to perform publicly. But fate had something extraordinary planned. Two local music industry figures, racing promoter Bill Good and radio host Bill Gates, soon recognized the young brothers' potential. It was Gates who gave them their now legendary name, the Bee Gees, which comes from combining their initials and those of the two Bills. Clarifying that the name became a symbol of their identity helps viewers understand its importance in their legacy. Their first major opportunity came in 1960, when they performed during intermissions at the local racetrack. Their energy and charisma captivated audiences, who started tossing coins onto the track as a sign of appreciation for the brothers' performances. Despite their growing popularity and relentless efforts, however, the Bee Gees did not achieve significant success in Australia at that time. By 1967, the Gibb family made a crucial decision to return to England, hoping to find the international opportunities that could finally elevate the band to stardom. This move proved decisive. They brought with them valuable experience, resilience, and an unshakable determination that would soon pay off. The stage was set for the Bee Gees to etch their names permanently into music history, winning the hearts of fans worldwide and creating a legacy that would echo through generations. The 1960s marked the rapid rise of the Bee Gees. With undeniable talent and captivating harmonies, they quickly grabbed the attention of the music industry. In 1967, they signed a deal with Polydor Records and released a series of albums that gained worldwide popularity. Their success was celebrated with memorable hits such as Massachusetts,
I'm going back to Massachusetts. All the way down in Massachusetts.
and To Love Somebody, inspiring pride and admiration in their journey.
You don't know what it's like to love somebody the way I love you.
The unique combination of their voices and expert songwriting set them apart from the crowded music scene of that era. Yet, as they gained fame, the Bee Gees faced creative rivalry with other major artists of the time, most notably the Beatles. Competing with such a legendary band was no easy feat, but that healthy competition motivated them to produce even better music, resulting in timeless classics. In 1968, the Bee Gees reached a new milestone with the release of their fifth album, Idea, which became one of their most successful records, featuring hits like I've Gotta Get a Message to You.
The preacher
taunted me and he smiled. I just gotta get a message to you. Oh.
Their continued success strengthened their reputation in the music industry. However, the release of the 1969 album Odessa brought both artistic brilliance and internal struggles. The album included notable tracks such as First of May,
the apple tree that grew for you and me. Yes, you cried come first of May.
but also marked the departure of guitarist Vince Melouney. Tensions between Robin and Barry over leadership and creative direction led Robin to leave the group temporarily. Drummer Colin Peterson also decided to part ways. This turbulent period became a pivotal moment in the band's history, challenging their unity and resilience. Despite their temporary separation, the Gibb brothers did not let the split end their musical careers. Each pursued solo projects. Barry continued to shine as both a solo artist and songwriter, releasing albums like Now Voyager that showcased his emotional depth and lyrical skill. Robin also pursued his solo career, releasing albums such as Robin's Reign and How Old Are You? And he worked in music production with artists like Jimmy Ruffin. Maurice, meanwhile, released an instrumental solo album titled The Loner. But destiny had other plans for the feuding brothers. By the early 1970s, reconciliation came naturally. After all, family bonds often overcome rivalry. During an interview, Barry remembered that Robin called him while he was on vacation in Spain, suggesting they reunite the band. "Let's do it again," Robin had said, reminding the audience of the enduring power of family and forgiveness. Their reunion was confirmed on August 21, 1970, when they announced that the Bee Gees were back together and would never part again. Maurice even issued a public apology to Robin for their past disagreements. That same year, they released the album 2 Years On, which included the hit single Lonely Days, reaching number 3 on the US charts.
Good morning, Mr. Sunshine. Lonely days, lonely nights.
Appearances on various television shows further cemented their return to commercial success. In 1971, they released another successful record, highlighted by the song How Can You Mend a Broken Heart, which reached number 1 in the United States and earned their first Grammy nomination for Best Pop Performance by a vocal group.
Can you mend the broken heart?
Please help me mend.
However, the 1970s also brought difficult times for the band. The Bee Gees faced fluctuations in popularity, releasing albums that didn't achieve the same commercial success as their earlier works. Their 1973 release is a clear example. Despite creative effort, it did not sell well. Along with these professional setbacks, the brothers grappled with personal struggles involving substance abuse and alcohol, issues that began to affect their lives and relationships heavily. Yet, they refused to be defeated. Determined to reinvent themselves, they explored new directions and collaborations. Following Eric Clapton's advice, they moved to Miami, Florida, and started recording at Criteria Studios. This move marked a major change in their musical style. Dropping their signature ballads, they embraced the emerging disco sound, a choice that would impact their careers forever. Their new musical direction produced major hits like Jive Talkin',
Oh, that child, you got so much. You got talking, you just ain't no good.
and Nights on Broadway, songs that signaled the start of a new era.
There are so many others playing it on the nights on Broadway. Sing.
The album Main Course features Barry Gibb's distinctive falsetto, which would soon become a signature of their sound. But the pivotal moment of this era was their work on the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. The film and its music became a worldwide sensation, embodying the spirit of the disco movement. The Bee Gees' collaboration with producer Robert Stigwood produced timeless hits, including How Deep Is Your Love?
And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm. How deep is your love? Is your love? How deep is your love?
Stayin Alive,
You can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk.
Stayin' alive, stayin' alive.
Night Fever,
Through the crowd, there is movement all around. There is something going down.
We don't have to do it.
and You Should Be Dancing.
Do it in your bed.
The soundtrack became one of the best-selling albums of all time, selling over 40 million copies worldwide and cementing the Bee Gees' status as cultural icons. Their next album, Spirits Having Flown, continued their success, including hits like Too Much Heaven,
Loving such a beautiful thing. Nobody gets too much heaven no more.
Tragedy, and Love You Inside Out.
I'll never give it. Our love has got the power. Loves you inside and out.
As disco's popularity waned, so did the Bee Gees' commercial success. Their last major US hit from that era was in 1989 with the song One.
There is so blind. I just cannot hear or see the world go someday. Baby, you and I should be one.
The end of the disco craze naturally lowered their visibility, but their influence on global music remained unmistakable. By the late 1980s, the Bee Gees experienced a major comeback with the release of their 1987 album, E.S.P. The album sold an impressive 2 million copies, revitalizing their careers and confirming their enduring appeal. It reached #1 in the UK, making the Bee Gees one of the few groups to top the charts in 3 different decades, the 1960s, 1970s, and 1980s. However, their renewed success was overshadowed by a heartbreaking personal loss. In 1988, Andy Gibb, the youngest of the Gibb siblings, died at just 30 years old from heart problems after years of drug abuse. His death deeply affected his brothers, casting a shadow of grief over their lives and careers. To honor Andy's memory, the Bee Gees collaborated with Eric Clapton to create The Bunburys, a musical project aimed at raising funds for charitable causes. This partnership signified unity and friendship during a challenging time. Despite the pain, music remained a source of healing and emotional expression for Barry, Robin, and Maurice. The 1989 album One included the heartfelt song Wish You Were Here, a tribute to Andy that served as both an elegy and a cathartic release for the brothers.
Living your life in somebody else's life. I wish you were here. Trying.
The 1990s brought new challenges and achievements. The Bee Gees kept releasing music that resonated with audiences worldwide, including their 1997 album Still Waters, which helped them return to the top of the charts. During this period, Barry faced serious health issues, including back problems needing surgery and arthritis that threatened his ability to play guitar. Meanwhile, Maurice battled alcoholism and eventually sought treatment. Yet, through resilience and mutual support, they persisted. Their work over the past decade earned them critical acclaim, culminating in the 1997 BRIT Award for Outstanding Contribution to Music, a recognition of both their artistic achievements and their unwavering spirit. As the century came to an end, the Bee Gees continued performing live and creating new music. Their passion remained strong. On December 31, 1999, They celebrated the turn of the millennium with a grand concert titled Bee Gees 2000 Millennium Concert, symbolizing reflection and renewal after decades of success and hardship. In 2001, the Bee Gees released This Is Where I Came In, their final album of original songs. The record was well received, reaching the top 10 in the UK and the top 20 in the US. The title track became a notable hit, showing that their magic persisted after more than 30 years in the industry.
Under the bedclothes, everything will be alright. This is the danger zone. This is where I came in.
Unfortunately, this period also marked the beginning of the band's heartbreaking losses. On January 9, 2003, Maurice Gibb was rushed to Mount Sinai Medical Center in Miami for emergency surgery due to an intestinal blockage. Tragically, he suffered cardiac arrest during the procedure and died 3 days later, on January 12th. The family initially suspected possible medical malpractice, but an autopsy revealed that Maurice had a congenital intestinal condition that caused complications during surgery. His death was a devastating blow, not only to his family and friends, but also to millions of fans around the world. A private funeral was held with about 200 relatives and close friends, including Michael Jackson. Family friends later described the ceremony as deeply emotional, yet celebratory, reflecting Maurice's joyful spirit. After Maurice's death, Barry and Robin initially wanted to keep the Bee Gees name as a tribute to him. However, over time, they decided to retire the name entirely and let Bee Gees stand for the group as a whole forever. In an interview with the BBC, both brothers expressed profound grief and disbelief over Maurice's sudden death. Robin said, "We grew up together, lived together, and made music together. I can't accept that he's gone. I like to think he's still alive somewhere." Over the following years, both brothers stayed musically active and continued supporting charitable causes. In 2004, Robin embarked on a solo tour across Germany, Russia, and Asia, while Barry collaborated with other artists on various projects. In 2006, the two brothers reunited on stage for the first time since Maurice's death, performing together at a charity concert in Miami to raise funds for diabetes research. Between 2009 and 2012, they appeared together several times, including a surprise performance during the American Idol season finale in 2010. But soon, tragedy struck again. In November 2011, Robin Gibb was diagnosed with liver cancer at age 61. His health quickly deteriorated, forcing him to cancel planned performances because of severe pain. In February 2012, he made a final public appearance at a charity concert, unaware that it would be his last. By late April, Robin developed pneumonia and fell into a coma. Although he briefly regained consciousness, his condition worsened again. On May 20, 2012, Robin Gibb died from liver and kidney failure at age 62, marking the end of another chapter in the Bee Gees' remarkable yet tragic story. Robin and Barry Gibb had a complicated and often turbulent relationship, both personally and professionally, over the decades, a tension that lasted until the very end. Despite all their differences, Barry delivered a heartfelt tribute at Robin's funeral, turning conflict into compassion and reflection. In his heartfelt speech, Barry emphasized that all disagreements and arguments no longer mattered after his brother's passing. He urged everyone present to let go of resentment and find peace in their lives. "Until the end, we had conflicts with each other," Barry said during the service. "But now, none of that means anything. It simply doesn't matter. If there's any conflict in your life, let it go." Barry also talked about the strong, special bond between Robin and his twin brother Maurice, feeling reassured that they are now together again. He shared how deeply Maurice's death impacted Robin over the years, recognizing the emotional and mental struggles his brother faced after losing his twin a decade ago. "They were beautiful souls," Barry said softly. "And now they're together again. I think the greatest pain Robin carried in his final years was losing his twin brother. It changed him in many ways." Between September and October 2013, Barry went on his first solo tour, a heartfelt tribute to his brothers and the musical journey they shared. During this period, he also released a special collection titled The Studio Albums 1967 to 1968, honoring the early years of the Bee Gees' artistry. In 2016, Barry released In the Now, his first solo album in decades. That same year, the Bee Gees' catalog was reissued worldwide through Universal Music, allowing the brothers' legacy to reach new audiences. Deep challenges and personal struggles had always shaped the relationship among the talented Gibb brothers. Each of them faced their own inner battles as they pursued success in the competitive music industry. A little-known and intriguing episode from their lives emerged during their peak fame. A fascinating connection with Michael Jackson, established through a close mutual friend, Frank DeLeo. A 2020 documentary offered a more detailed look into this unusual relationship. Frank, who also managed the Bee Gees at one point, acted as a go-between for the brothers and Michael. According to his account, Barry Gibb once told Jackson about how cannabis affects creativity, mentioning that many of the Bee Gees' hits were written while he was under its influence. Intrigued by this revelation, Michael reportedly expressed a desire to experience those effects himself. During one recording session, the two artists decided to share a joint, as DeLeo described. There are even rumors that Barry and Michael later drove around the Neverland Ranch together, enjoying the calm and inspiration of that moment. As the eldest brother, Barry Gibb faced significant pressure from fame. However, his wife, Linda, played a vital role in keeping him grounded, helping him avoid destructive paths like drugs and excess. With her support, Barry was able to maintain a healthier lifestyle and stay focused on his music and family. Robin, however, had a more turbulent relationship with substances, especially amphetamines, and struggled for a long time with addiction. Andy Gibb, the youngest brother, added to the family's emotional pressure. His successful solo career brought him early fame, but also led to a serious cocaine addiction that severely impacted his health. Maurice also fought his own battle, battling alcoholism for years, which brought personal and professional struggles for him and his brothers. Arguments among the siblings were frequent and often made headlines. The Bee Gees' rise to fame was driven not only by talent, but also by ego and rivalry. They typically argued over who should be the lead vocalist, a competition rooted in their equal vocal abilities and shared songwriting talent. Despite these tensions, the brothers managed to put aside their differences long enough to achieve some of their greatest successes, especially after the release of the Main Course album in 1975. However, the emotional friction between them continued to be a recurring part of their story. The deaths of Maurice and Robin profoundly affected Barry. He often talked about the deep sadness and loneliness of being the last surviving member of the Bee Gees. The personal struggles of each Gibb brother reveal the complex truth behind fame, showing that success in the music industry often comes with a hidden cost. The glamour of the stage masked years of internal conflict, addiction, and loss. Still, the Bee Gees' music continues to resonate worldwide, touching hearts and souls across generations. Their melodies remind us that behind the bright lights of fame are human beings, fragile, flawed, and deeply connected through love and art. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and share it with your friends. See you in our next video. Take care and keep the music alive.